Anderson believes strongly in customer education. Whether you're an architect, builder, contractor, developer, we want to make sure that we're providing the resources. The best way to do that is by listening firsthand from our customers.
Right.
Contractor Coalition Summit gives us the opportunity to really, really connect with the builder at the ground level.
Okay, Shou, I'm just so happy you're here. I've just been thinking about, well, you and our relationship and how it's grown over the years and what we've created together too on a brand level and personal level. But yeah, and something I was thinking about is like how it all started, how it's evolved over the years. And I'm like, one of the biggest things is like Anderson Windows has been sponsoring Contractor Coalition since we started. And different Anderson people have come to our events and done different things, which has been really cool. But if I'm being honest, half the time I'm always like, I want to make sure Shou's there, but can't always come. But yeah, so I would just love to hear from you, like, you know, in a different group. Kendra came out on the first one, and you know, and I just even remember after that first one too, she was just like, this is amazing, and we want to be a part of the long haul on this, which was so cool. And something that I thought was really neat too with Anderson is just like the female leadership that you guys have, and you guys are watching things and seeing how it's growing in the contractor industry. And you've always been just asking me like, how can you guys help elevate this and all that? So I'd just love to hear like how it's led from that and what it's meant to you and the company. And yeah.
I absolutely love being a part of Contractor Coalition Summit from a personal perspective and then from Anderson too.
Yeah.
I feel like every attendee, whether they're a sponsor or a builder contractor, they're representing their own company brand, but also their personal brand. And learning in both ways too. Anderson Windows absolutely loves sponsoring Contractor Coalition Summit from day one. It's been 4 years?
Yeah, so this is our eighth one.
So, yes,
yeah. And I was looking back actually at the photos of the first one that was in Nashville, and yeah, I was like, that feels like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I like, it's just crazy.
But that's the beauty of what your team is delivering and what they're bringing to the industry is a game changer. From day one, like let's take a step back, like from 4 years ago, Nashville, and then from there it was Huntington Beach. But every time your team is leveling it up, every time they're leveling it up because you're getting repeat builders that come and they take away, it's a new takeaway.
Yeah, I love that. And even with you and in the course of these, 4 years that we've been doing this, your role has transitioned within Anderson Windows. And that's one thing that within a lot of brands that we partner with at Contractor Coalition, teams ebb and flow, people ebb and flow, the leadership ebbs and flows, and sometimes the circumstances will change. But so what I've noticed with you guys too, even when positions change or leadership changes, it's continued to feel the same. So I'm just kind of curious, like from that perspective on the brand, on like the back end, like what are those conversations? And because every single time, without a doubt, like it's just, and we'll have someone there and, and so I'm just like curious of like what that kind of looks like, or if it's just like a thing that is a no-brainer in the background.
Yeah, so, Anderson believes strongly in just our customer education.
Okay.
So whether you're an architect, builder, contractor, developer, we want to make sure that we're providing the resources, educational resources, but also meeting our customers where they are in their journey. So if they're wanting to learn more and they're attending the summit, we want to be there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if we have, like if I show up every time or not. What the beauty of the summit is, it's so inclusive. Anybody from our Anderson team comes, they leave the summit just inspired and connected, and connected with you and Nick, Brad, Tyler, Mark, everyone. And it's just inspiring.
Yeah. Well, and I love too, because you guys have sent different even departments to come out and learn, like engineer, customer service, marketing. And so that's when I've loved that too, because a couple of times, you know, people have shown up and they're almost just like flies on the wall in the back, just observing. And I've just noticed that too, because I'm like, okay, that's brilliant, because they're sitting there, they're taking note of how they can improve the different departments within Anderson.
And we're a large company, and we've been around since 1903. So for over 120 years, you know, we've been evolving and innovating.
Right.
And the best way to do that is by listening firsthand from our customers.
Right.
And this summit, Contractor Coalition Summit, gives us the opportunity, whether you're from sales, RD&I, you're an engineer at Anderson, you're marketing, or your sales, it gives you an opportunity to really, really connect with the builder at the ground level.
I love that. So what would you, because you go to a ton of different, you're constantly like networking and visiting your customers and going to different conferences and events and all that kind of stuff. And how do you feel that this sets it apart from other, like, you know, industry things that you go to? Like your feeling, that's what I want to know.
So you can block out the camera right now because I'm going to say you're my favorite.
Yes.
Obviously, I've known your whole crew,
Yeah.
and you know, through different sponsorships, including Build Her, and just the overlap. And but let's retake that.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, but like how are you taking a drink?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am. So I do go to a lot of different sponsorships, and you know, whether they're industry association meetings, and I'm meeting our builders and customers from across the nation.
Yeah.
And what's unique about Contractor Coalition is that you're bringing these contractors and builders from across the country into one space to be vulnerable, to open up like what their needs are with each other. The conversations that are happening between the sessions are game changing. And it's really interesting to be a fly on the wall as a sponsor to understand, like, wow, this is what builders really need. And to be able to take those insights back to our product teams or to our research and development, to our sales and marketing, and say, this is this is the gap, and we need to come up with a solution. This is what the builder needs today.
I love that. Well, just a cool thing too I've noticed with our sponsors too is like they're here and they're involved and they're getting to know people, and I hope that they truly do feel like I want, you know, to hang out and do that. And that's how I've always felt with you too. I'm like, it's just friendships. And in one of our presentations, someone said, if we have to call, you know, and they were talking with Mike and Emser, and you don't say it's a vendor. Like if you say it's a vendor, and we don't say that about our partners here at Contractor Coalition because we're all friends. And so it's like, you guys are a part of our team. And so I was just thinking about that more and more, because I'm like looking around the room and thinking about all the different relationships that I've developed with, you know, our partners here. And I was like thinking about the last one at Contractor Coalition, and I always compliment your gorgeous face, and you walked up to me, and it was my birthday, and gave me your favorite lipstick that you wear. And I was just sitting there like, what vendor? Like, to take note of, like, oh my gosh, because I'd always compliment your lips, right? And I was just sitting there like, that is what shifts, I feel like, with our sponsors here at Contractor Coalition, is like, we just have deeper friendships and we notice things like that and we care, and it just, I mean, I am always like, I'm meeting all my new best friends, and like, you know, I just want to be surrounded by these people. Like when we leave, I actually like get depression, because I'm just like, I want to be surrounded by these people who get it and aren't like, stop talking about work, right? Like friends, and that don't get it. It just feels very at home and all that. And it's just like, we get to do that and create that with one another, which I just think is really
laughter,
cool. And
all the inside jokes, all the laughter.
What's funny is one of Matthew, I texted him and I was like, I just want to bottle up your laugh and like take it home, because yesterday I had so many belly laughs, like I was falling over sober, just dying laughing, and I'm like, I've never laughed so hard in my life than when I come to these.
Yes.
Because we just laugh at each other.
But Morgan, this is the beauty of the summit is you're learning throughout the day, and then you are like forming these friendships, basically, or forming friendships at the end of the day.
I love that. So, and we'll kind of end on this one, but ROI, it's always a big one with brands. They're like, this is a big investment, and actually for bigger companies, it's way harder because there's so many layers, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to obtain. So having experienced what we're doing here and the impact and movement that we're trying to do, how do you guys do anything to measure it, or do you just know, or how do you have to sell, this to sponsor it, or
I would say Anderson, we look at ROIs differently, right? It's really, we want to be there to support the industry and the growth.
Yep.
So our ROI, I would say, is if builders leave the summit learning and educating themselves, we're like hitting our goal.
I love that.
Just foundational, right? We want to be part of their education journey, and let's help elevate the building industry as a whole, and any projects or even friendships and collaborations, anything we get on top of that is just an addition.
Right.
And I would say so many great projects come out of these summits as well. Being able to have the opportunity for me, or let's say John Mariotti's attending, or Kendra, or any of us, and we're meeting, and we're able to take them down to the local level because everything is local,
right?
Local markets, and being able to introduce them to their Anderson person in the local market as a warm, friendly connection. Because they know us. They're like, okay, we're ready to use Anderson. Connect us.
Yes.
And so I think that's the beauty is, like you were saying, it takes the edge off. Like they know you at a personal level. And we're not vendors anymore.
I love that so much because from a corporate level, you're looking at it and then you're bringing the local reps in. And that's one thing that has been hard, or that we've heard from some brand partners, because they're like, we have to just push it to the local markets where, whenever that happens, and sometimes I don't even go further because I'm like, oh, you don't get it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna move on here. But I'm always like, no, this is a national movement that we're creating. When we're going to the different states that we're going to, and we're gonna continue to go to, I'm like, this is not about, yes, of course, it's going to support that, and learn about the craft in those different local markets, and hopefully local people are coming, which they are here in Chicago, but it's more than that, and so I'm always just intrigued by brands and companies that understand that and that don't understand that. And it's very interesting to me that brands that have not understood that, because I'm like, wow, okay, and you guys have always understood the assignment, and that from day one, and you didn't have to be coached, and that says a lot to your leadership and the way that the companies ran. And another cool thing that I want to note too is in Vegas, so we have a happy hour every Monday before everything kicks off, and it is welcome to anyone, the public. And it's just happy hour, food, drinks, we all meet, and of course it's a ton of alumni, but it's always a lot of people. It's a great time, and it kind of sets the tone for the week too, because then we're all seeing each other and hanging out. But something that you did, probably specifically you, and and it's like I remember you brought your leadership team there, and I don't even think you prepped, or not that you had to, right? But I just remember when they were there, and I just knew, I was like, wow, you just brought the top, not even leadership, who runs Anderson, right? The bigger decision makers. And I was like, oh my gosh, you asked them, and for them to also say yes and come and show up because they support the people who are making these decisions. But to me, it was telling of they showed up, they saw what was happening, and they're like, amazing, go do your thing.
Our customers really matter to our leadership team, and it's very authentic. They want to be in the room with our customers. The people in Vegas at the Contractor Coalition Summit meetup, they are our customers. And for our leadership team and for us to be able to hear firsthand from them about their experience. And one of our quotes that we have is at Anderson that anyone that comes in contact with Anderson, like we want to leave an lasting impression. And that we want everyone to benefit from their interaction with Anderson.
Yeah.
And it's from the top down.
I love that. Okay, and then we'll end on, what would you tell any other brand why they should be involved with Contractor Coalition? You're like, actually, don't be involved and let us. Just kidding.
There's room.
I know. You're the most community over competition person there is.
Exactly. For sponsors, for anyone that's interested in sponsoring.
Yeah, so if another sponsor was like, if I want to come in and, why they should be joining the movement of Contractor Coalition.
So if any sponsor is interested in joining Contractor Coalition Summit, I would say that this is the best investment for them because it gives an opportunity to not only attend the summit and learn. So they'll be sitting in the room with builders and contractors, designers, everyone from the industry, and be learning firsthand. And so it's those key takeaways, all the education that your team is providing. But not only that, they'll be really listening from the customers, like what is a gap and what are solutions that these manufacturers can offer. And besides that, it's just connecting. And you know me, I'm a connector. I absolutely love connecting with our customers. And at the end of the day, you take away those business. It's not only like business, but it's friendships too.
I know, that's my favorite too. Well, thank you for being here, Show. I always love your energy, and you bring all the Anderson team too. Anyone that comes, it's like they bring such good energy to Contractor Coalition, and I'm just so grateful that you guys have been here and sponsoring, and that you also show up. So
thank you, Morgan.
Love you.
And team, love you too.
If you're interested in attending the Contractor Coalition in the future, please head to contractorcoalitionsummit.com or follow us on Instagram to find out more.